So I was just at a dealership trying to buy me a four-wheeler for the first time because I wanted to go mudding on my own. Then I seen two redneck dudes get in an argument, and I watched the whole thing because I'm nosy. 5 reasons I would never argue with a redneck. 5. Number 1, a redneck has no problem proving whatever it is they arguing about. I don't know how the argument started. I don't know what prompted the argument. All I know is they was arguing about a fall from a building. If you jumped off that building, there's no way you could survive if you not a cat. This one redneck dude, I'm gonna call him Tyler because Tyler had a beard like it was a Tyler type beard. So Tyler the redneck, he said, you know what? We can survive. And the dude was like, no, you can't. It's impossible. Tyler took off his shoes. What taking off your shoes, falling from a building have to do with anything? I do not know. But Tyler was like 14 feet away from climbing on top of this facility that we was at, which is probably 25, 35 feet high, and jumping off to prove that a human could survive a fall like that. I ain't finna argue with nobody that ain't got no problem proving death. Never. Number 2, somehow rednecks always have somebody with them that can prove everything that they saying is true. Now through the midst of this impossible argument, Tyler had a friend with him named Willie. Everything Tyler said, Willie said, I seen him, we did it before. If Tyler would have said he took a bullet to the jaw, Willie would have said, I stood on the left side of him and caught the bullet coming out of his face. Tyler could have said he ate hamburgers on Mars without a helmet while the wind was blowing, while the band played a song from the Titanic. Lil Willie would have said he was right there with him in an astronaut suit without the helmet, feeding him the hamburgers and making sure that the Titanic song was being played right. If you gonna argue with somebody from the country, be prepared for that person to have a backup plan with them in the shape of a human form, and it's always shorter than the person that's arguing. Number 3, rednecks will argue all day. I had to be in this store for about 47 minutes. I was in that store for about 38 minutes too long just watching them argue. That argument moved at a turtle pace. Imagine a turtle having a baby with a snail and giving birth to a rock that's supposed to go somewhere. That argument went nowhere, and now one of these humans was willing to give up any space, any leverage on this argument. If you gonna argue with one of your southern brothers, you better have somebody to go to that school to pick up your child from daycare, because I promise you, you are not making it home in time, because like Captain America, we could do this all day. I understand why. See, Captain America was really a redneck. Number 4, it ain't even about being right. They just want to get their point across. Around the 53rd minute, I felt like Tyler knew the argument was over and he could not win that argument. That's when it shifted gears from I can prove this to you to even if it ain't true, you gonna understand what I'm saying. You can't argue with a person that won't want to be right and don't care about being wrong. That's like arguing with a suicide bomber. When that man said, Tyler, you can't survive because the impact of the ground would kill you. Tyler said, I understood that 36 minutes ago, but your ass gonna stay here and you gonna understand why I feel this way. The other dude wasn't giving no leverage. Tyler stood closer and said, like I said, you gonna understand why I feel this way. I seen that dude shrink, back up, breathe, stretch, shake, and let it go. Let it go. And number 5, all rednecks have this part of their brain where they possess all the knowledge in the universe and they let it out right at the end. Once the argument was over, he turned to me and I was just like, bro, I ain't got no problem with you. I don't want to see you jump, die. I don't need your friend proving to me that you could jump, die. I know you probably went to space and I understand that you don't want to be right. Nah, he told me, Josh, if we're speaking correctly, the impact of the ground wouldn't spread and the facilitation of energy going through my body would cause my lungs and other organs to collapse. Therefore, I would die immediately on impact. But that individual didn't want to hear that, so I didn't give him. Wait, what? So you mean to tell me you know what E equals MC squared is? You mean to tell me Albert Einstein probably really a redneck? You mean to tell me that you secretly Rocket Man and you just sat up in this store for a whole 2 episodes of Family Matter arguing like you ain't know that? My name is Josh Prey, and I'm going to continue to eliminate all these stereotypes, these negative stereotypes about my redneck brothers. Cat's out the bag, the secret's here. Y'all got lab coats on the back of y'all F-150s. And under that mud, under the ground, I'm pretty sure it's probably like a whole civilization down there that we don't know about when the world ends. That's why y'all gonna survive, because y'all already built a whole new earth in the middle of the earth. Can't fool me no more.